It's Ray Stevens, WLSAM 890. Friday through Sunday this weekend, 23rd Annual Ribfest Chicago. That would be at Lincoln and Damon. Mike Frost is here from Ribfest Chicago. How are you, Mike?
I'm good, Ray. Thanks for having me.
You know, I start talking to you, we're talking off the air, and you bring up a name that just immediately fills my heart when you mention Giovanni's Ribs in Berwyn.
Yeah.
So you're all part of Giovanni. Tom was the owner there, still is.
Yep.
And you work with him?
Yeah. Chicago Barbecue was born out of Giovanni's. Tom took his barbecue on the road, and he's been doing it out on the road for 30 years. Still owns it and still around.
I met Tom when I was working at a little radio station out in Aurora, and in Naperville, they decided to have this Rib Fest. And, you know, the first thing you learn about radio is the free food that comes along with it. And by the way, watch your fingers with your barbecue, because these people here will bite your fingers off to get at these ribs. Nick, am I lying?
No, you're not.
No, food. And the funny thing about a radio station is these ribs, even if you bring them today, will still be new come next Tuesday. It's weird. But Ribfest is going on. You've got a band stage. You got a lot of things going on. Before we talk about Ribfest itself, tell me, for all us amateur barbecuers who think we know what we're doing, but we really don't, what is the secret to cooking a really good rib? Does it start with the wood and the smoke, and then the ring you got to get into that meat?
Yeah, it's all of it. I mean, patience. You know, you gotta slow and low. You know, cook them. Each rib is different. You know, and so as you do more of it, you learn what you're looking for. Usually we try and use a little bit of apple wood or cherry wood. I think I've got a mix for this weekend. The smoke's important, you know, and that gets you the ring that you were talking about, the smoke ring, which will, penetrate into the rib for a bit and give you that nice smoky flavor. And then we finish it off on the grill, high heat, with a little bit of barbecue sauce, gets it nice and caramelized, and it's a beautiful product.
So now you said that Giovanni's is no longer there, but you've gone on the road and you do this. Is it a competition thing you do?
Yeah, some of them. Yeah, most of them have a competition, whether it's best ribs, People's Choice. I believe they have both of those down there this weekend. Different fests have different contests or whatever. But yeah, those are the typical ones,
And how does a guy become a judge for something like that?
I don't know. I thought maybe you were. It's a celebrity judge down there this weekend. I don't know who they are. I thought you were on the board.
No, not on the board, but,
No.
Certainly could do that. But it's the Rib Fest. It's going on. Lincoln and Damon, Irving Park Road's North Center neighborhood is where you'll be. Why does somebody want to take time out of their weekend to come to this other than the really good food?
Yeah, good food. There's music all weekend. They have 2 stages. They've got a great kids area. Last year, my little girls came down and I walked around with them, went to the kids area for a couple hours. It's great. Friendly people, ton of barbecue, local guys, national guys. We got great bands. Kukla's going to be there. A bunch of great stuff.
I'm coming to see Tippin' Billy's. That sounds like something Trippin' Billy's.
Trippin' Billy's, yeah, I saw that one.
That's my kind of music right there, I can tell you right now
Yeah.
without looking too much into it. So when you talk about competition, you talk about going on the road. I mean, with the economy where it is right now, I've seen some of these barbecue haulers that are out there. What are you guys cooking out of?
We've got Southern Prides. We do 500 and 700 size ovens, so I'll cook anywhere from 80 to 140 slabs at a time.
Oh, jeez.
It's a lot of meat.
So you're cooking out of a big trailer?
Oh, yeah. We trail our stuff around.
How big is a trailer? I mean, it's got to be a 32-foot unit.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty big. It's bigger than that, but yeah.
Nick, this guy's got barbecue, music, and probably a good, 3/4 1-ton diesel pulling a barbecue. This guy, you're living a life, man. So what about your sauces and things like that? I would imagine that these are available online to consumers.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Go?
Yeah, ChicagoBarbecue.com. You come down to the fest, you can get them there. But we sell all our retail stuff. He's got a great steak rub. We call it Steak Magic. It's great on everything. His barbecue sauce, I think we've
Now,
won.
when you say him, are you talking about Tom?
Yeah,
Okay.
Tom created all this stuff. So, and our barbecue sauce, we've won 4, I think, first place, 4 or 5 first place this week
you lose
or this
track
year.
after winning that much.
No, we've had a good string with our stuff this year. So we have great barbecue sauce.
It's cool because to cook, you said the secret is slow and low.
Yeah.
That's like you. You're like this kickback guy. It's like, I won 4 or 5 first place. You can't really keep track. What made Tom decide? Because this guy, I mean, and if you know Chicagoland, and you've been here for a long time, Tom and Giovanni's Ribs was a staple in Berwyn. You know, he didn't have to go and do anything else. He was killing it. What made him want to do this? Just the excitement of it?
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
Yeah?
I mean, he's always loved it. He still loves barbecue. You
Sure.
know, he's semi-retired now, and he's still involved in all of it.
So tell us what we're going to eat here this morning. And this is, you know, this is, I feel like I should take this out on my way home and bring this to some WLS listeners somewhere because, you know, we get to talk about it. We get to taste it. But I feel like the listeners should be able to jump in on this. And you can if you want to go to this. We'll put all this up on our social medias. But tell us about specifically how you cooked and prepared these ribs and what wood did you use for these?
Yeah, so I've got there's St. Louis style ribs first off, pork spare ribs. And then we use our rub, our Chicago rub. Put it on for 3.5, 4 hours at 250 and check them at that point. And then when we're done, like these ones, this morning I pulled them out, finished them off for you guys here with a little bit of barbecue sauce, our award-winning barbecue sauce, and chopped them up and brought them in.
And you saw me. I did the old trick like I used to do when we'd get the Fannie Mae candy at Christmas, and I put my finger on all of them. I touched all these ribs, just so you guys know. I mean, and you can go ahead and you could take it upon yourself to think that my hands were clean. But, well, that's really cool. What is the one thing for, you know, because a lot of people, slow and low. I mean, cooking is an art, especially when it comes down to stuff like this. But you got a guy like Nick back here who, you know, he's got kids, he's got a family, it's hectic. You know, sometimes speed is, you know, over creativity. What's the number one mistake that most people make when they're barbecuing?
Yeah, no, the patience thing. It all goes back to time again. You can't rush stuff. You know, there's briskets that I've cooked the same weight. One will take 10 hours, one will take 14 hours. You never know. It's each piece of meat is a little bit different, and you just gotta have patience with it and work with it.
So the advice for the wives out there is just, you know, if he has to have a couple of beers and it takes all day, it just takes all day.
Right.
You know, really, why shouldn't it? Why are we always in such a hurry?
It may take you a 6-pack, it may take you a 12-pack. You never know.
Either way, just stay out of the car and cook.
Right.
And don't cook on gas, right? I mean, is there any way possible to cook on gas and get anything that rivals the results?
You need to get some smoke in there.
Can you do that with a like some of these new pellet grills? Can you do that?
My brother-in-law uses one. I still use at my house. I still use an old school little smoker for my own personal stuff. I like the charcoal and the wood.
Is it cheating to use maybe a little liquid smoke when you are putting on the rub and letting it kind of marinate there?
I mean, if you're gonna smoke it, the liquid smoke isn't needed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I use it in my chowder occasionally, and that's it.
All right, well, I'm
Nice.
going to tell my best Gina that, hey, Mike said, grab some Tito's. You know, make sure the mountains are blue. Sit down and chill.
Right.
So slow down and take it easy a little bit.
Exactly.
All right, Mike. So we'll see you this weekend, Friday through Sunday. That is North Center neighborhood. You'll find that at Lincoln and Damon, Irving Park area. And what about a website where we can get your rubs and your sauces and things like that?
ChicagoBarbecue.com. You can find us over there, and social media, Facebook.
And Tom Giovanni, would you please tell him I said hi? Because
I will.
When I was a kid, I would come into his restaurant. I was just starting in radio. I was still working sheet metal for my dad. Had this cool Mustang, and I'd go there with with the girls that I would date on occasion, and pull in there, and Tom would act like I was a big deal, and he was just such a good guy, such a big part of my youth. I love it, man.
That's great.
Mike, good to see you, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I really
you're
appreciate
very welcome.
it.
Hey, have a good weekend, okay?
Yeah, you too.
And stay slow and low.
Will do.
All right. We need to teach that to Dave Hochberg.